Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. So, for those of you not in the know, I saw this last night, right after I watched my beloved Dallas Cowboys get, not going to say spanked, I think it was 9-19 or something, lost by 10, but lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, we were really, really badly injured. I think we've lost two of our three top receivers. Nobody else apparently can catch a ball. Our offensive line looked like a screen door that you're spraying water through. But after I watched that and, got over my little bit of depression there from that game, I saw this breaking news. So out of Waukesha, Wisconsin, Christmas Day or Christmas Day parade, right? Not a Christmas Day, but a Christmas parade. Apparently a vehicle sped through. And here, this was an early report. So they say 40, actually ended up being over 50 people. 5 people have died, at least 5. Nobody knows why this dude did this yet. They do have a suspect in custody. They're not sure about his intentions. When I first saw it, sitting there looking at it, and I immediately said, drunk driver. Some of the video footage that they play in here kind of backs that up for me, but I want you to see how the Democrat Party in Wisconsin is already handling this. The way they're handling it is disgusting. Disgusting. Now, the suspect they have in custody, I'm not going to release his name just yet, but if it actually is the guy, he has a lengthy criminal history. Now, we just witnessed in Wisconsin, right? 3 other convicted felons who were committing assault and paid for it, right? What is going on with the criminal laws in Wisconsin? This guy had a long rap sheet. It was longer than Huber's, including felony gun violations, assault and battery, stuff like that, which they did exactly as Seattle did. See, the Democrats do this all in one movement, right? What they'll do is they'll create these laws that put people in danger and then try to blame the rest of society for what their criminals are doing. Remember, a keystone of the Democratic Socialist Party is to defund the police, shut down prisons, disarm you, releasing these criminals out into the streets so you can be a victim. Keep this in mind. They want you to be the victim. That's what makes them so damn mad about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, is they know now Americans don't have to be victims. And it drives them crazy. But I want to play this video for you. And then I'm going to pull up an article. Actually, and it's a brilliant article. The reason this article is so brilliant is the author didn't inject their thoughts on it. They just ran tweets from the Democrat Party, one Democrat in particular. Let's go.
A vehicle sped through a Christmas parade in Wisconsin on Sunday, injuring more than 40 people, including a group of young dancers waving pom-poms. Sean Riley is the Waukesha city mayor.
Today, our community faced horror and tragedy in what should have been a community celebration. I'm deeply saddened to know that so many in our community went to a parade, but ended up dealing with injury and heartache.
A video posted online showed a red SUV speeding down the street of a parade and appearing to run over people before crowds sprinted down sidewalks to help victims. Chief of Police Dan Thompson said a person of interest was in custody and the suspect vehicle had been removed after the incident, about 20 miles west of Milwaukee. He added that an officer fired shots at the vehicle and no bystanders were injured. The city police posted on its Facebook that 5 people have been confirmed dead and over 40 injured, but numbers may change as more information is made available. It's unknown whether the incident was related to terrorism, but an earlier shelter-in-place order had been lifted in the town, according to Thompson. A woman told local news that the SUV hit a dance team of girls between 9 and 15 years old. Another witness, Jesus Ochoa, described what he saw when filming on his phone. I went a bit further down to see what had really happened, and already a lot of people were injured and were being assisted on the floor. A lot of injured, a lot of children. Unfortunately, a lot of children were involved in this act. Some of the injured were taken to the hospital by ambulance, others by police and family and friends, according to authorities.
All righty, so let's shut that down here. Bring up this Fox News article. I want you to see this. I want you to see how disgusting it is for yourself. So this is an article by Bradford Betts from Fox News. Illinois Democrat ties Waukesha tragedy to Rittenhouse case, mocking posts, probably just defense. How disgusting. Kids died, kids are in the hospital. How disgusting of a person are these liberals? If you go back and look at some of those exchanges I had with liberals, the little debate, even though they brought no facts, they knew nothing, they got personal. I'm not Ben Shapiro. When you get personal with me, I get personal back. Trust me, I can hurt your feelings a lot more than you can hurt mine. I was in the Army for a decade. I can hurt your feelings in my sleep. Matter of fact, that debate, to show how ignorant they are, I was already awake for 23 hours when that debate started. So, and the author had to take it down. So here's what I thought would happen, right, with that debate. I'm gonna get back to this article in a bit. Here's what I thought would happen with that debate. Somebody would complain and say, oh, he said this. As you can clearly see in the exchange, not only did I not insult anybody before they insulted me, I said, hey, don't be insulting. Let's not go down that road. You don't want to open that door. They chose to open that door. Somebody tells you not to open the door, don't open the door. All righty, so let's begin. After Sunday's Christmas parade horror in Waukesha, Wisconsin, an Illinois Democrat appeared to portray the tragedy as some form of payback for Friday's acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse in Kenosha. It was probably just self-defense. Read one of a series of mocking social media posts from Mary Lamansky, who is listed as the social media director for the Democratic Party in DuPage County, Illinois. You can see the actual tweet right there. So I'm saying these people are evil. They're not wrong. They're not mistaken. They're just evil. They're evil and they know it. Lemansky also describes herself as an acting student with the famed Second City comedy group. I'm sure he didn't want to hurt anyone, she added. He came to help people. See, it's stuff like this. The messages appear to mock the self-defense argument that Rittenhouse and its defense team made during their recent trial, an argument with which a Wisconsin jury apparently agreed as they found the 18-year-old not guilty of murder in connection with 2 shooting deaths last year. The blood of Kyle Rittenhouse's victims is on the hands of Wisconsin citizens. She writes at one point, even the children. Keep in mind, she's from Illinois, right? I got to tell you a little story about Illinois and how people from Chicago and Illinois tend to think, well, Chicago at least. Lemansky appeared to attempt a less snarky but still judgmental tone and in another message. I'm sad, she wrote. I'm sad anytime anyone dies. I just believe in karma, and this came around quick on the citizens of Wisconsin. Wow, you are evil. This is moral inturpitude at its best. This woman has issues. Keep in mind, this woman, right here, where is it? Ah, yes. She's the social media director for the Democrat Party, which is why I think it's over for the Democrats. Might be over for a long time. Let's see, where was I? Lemansky appeared to attempt a less snarky but still judgmental tone in another message. I'm sad, she wrote. I'm sad anytime anyone dies. I just believe in karma, and this came around quick on the citizens of Wisconsin. You're not sad. I could tell from your earlier post. Somebody called you and said, this is not a good message. You're the social media director. This is why Democrats are losing. This is why they're gonna lose, because they're evil bastards, and now people are seeing it, and they're seeing it on multiple fronts. I've quoted those fronts to you. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a series on why we're winning those fronts. So go check those out. But these are evil people. These are evil people who want you to do exactly what they say when they say it. Only they don't have the power to back it up. That's what they have their rioting brown shirt Nazi thugs for, to go out and bust heads. If you don't do what they say, burn down your store, come to your house, burn down your house, attack your family, threaten your family, dox you. And they know if you're armed with a weapon that's capable of engaging a bunch of people threatening you and trying to burn down your house, kill and rape your wife and kids. And if you don't believe me, look at some of these, look at the, what's it called? The Chop Chaz wannabe zone they had in Wisconsin. Look how many cases of rape, intimidation. Citizens couldn't even come out of their own house without being attacked if they didn't pay extortion money to Black Lives Matter. To me, that's a criminal syndicate and should have been investigated by the DOJ. Nope, didn't happen, because the FBI and DOJ apparently need to be abolished, or at least the leader's gone. Here she posted, "You reap what you sow, Wisconsin." Wow, what just an evil person. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to read this, but I'm doing it. And later, it's sad people died, but when you open the door to vigilante justice, everyone seems threatening. The Kyle Rittenhouse thing was not vigilante justice. But see, that's the left's narrative. That's the left's narrative. They don't want you to have the right to defend yourself against their thugs. Notice that only works in blue cities and states with blue governors. So I'm telling you, if you live in a state, especially here in Texas, whatever you do, for the sake of God, do not vote, at least in the gubernatorial race, in any race, honestly, do not vote Democrat, vote Republican. To me, it doesn't matter who the Republican governor for Texas is this time around. I'm voting for that person. Someone who believes in reaping what you sow, Wisconsin put that bad energy out there. It came back real quick, real fast. She claimed at the time to be a single mom of 2 kids who managed the party's Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram accounts. On another page on the site, Leminski is listed as a current staffer. On her Facebook page, she writes November 15th about a white ring group trying to prevent her from speaking at a school board meeting. She later accuses the group of being fascists who shut down all opposing viewpoints. Good. I doubt that was a right-wing group. That's probably just a group of parents who don't want to hear your bullshit, who don't want to hear your crap. They've been doing this to the right wing forever. They shut us out of colleges. They shut us out of high schools. Look at the Dave Chappelle thing. He was going to give a big, excuse me, early in the morning. He was going to give a big donation to his high school so they could build a new building. They were going to name it the Dave Chappelle something building. And the students were like, "No, we don't want him speaking on campus." So he said, "Well, screw you. I'll take my money back. Good luck now." Cutting off their nose to spite their face. It's really ridiculous. So that's pretty much it for that. Let's get back to business. Now you see the disgusting mentality and you have an inside look now. Even the governor, when he came out, he gave a little speech and he's reading from the whole thing. And to me, it just lacked of leadership. He's just reading, look down every sentence and read the next sentence. Saying, "Oh, it's a tragedy. Oh, sorry, anybody had to get hurt. Feel really bad for the family." That's not sincerity. I'm sorry. He might truly be upset. Maybe I'm wrong and he just can't get his feelings together around the situation, so he needed notes. I can understand that. It just comes off as insincere. Watch Abbott and DeSantis when they give speeches. You never see them doing that. Never. You never saw Trump doing that. Matter of fact, one of the big complaints about Trump is he would go off the teleprompter, go away from what they were saying. But that said, I just wanted you to get a good look at how the left is already starting to frame this to defend this person and to say, "Oh, this is all about Rittenhouse." But honestly, we don't know. This dude has a long history of violence, problems with drinking and drugs, from what I saw on another YouTube channel. It could have been anything. Could have been pissed off. Apparently, he has emotional issues. Bottom line is, with some of the charges he had, he shouldn't have been in the street in the first place, unless he had truly served his time, even though I doubt it. because he had just posted bail on another charge, $1,000 cash bail. But see, this is what happens, right? When you get rid of the bail system, they call it bail reform. No, it's letting criminals out. When you want to shut down your prisons, when you're letting all kind of people out, you're going to have crime in the streets. And they want you disarmed to be a victim. Don't listen to how they're framing the narrative. This is where our 2A people are going to come in fighting on this front. Matter of fact, I might switch it up. I was going to do a video about the lockdown protests. I might move that and put up a 2A video later on this evening. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what I do with that. Maybe I'll just put out both today. All right, so I just want you to get a good overall look at what they're saying and what's going on. That way you're not surprised. But like, subscribe, share, and as always, do what you got to do.